Hey there, this is Meetup number 8. I am Teacher Prix and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. I help students unlock their English so that they can speak more confidently and clearly. Yes, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It'll be an amazing lesson. I'm sure that you're going to have a great time. You're going to learn a lot of new information. If you watch the replay, it's okay. It's wonderful. I am sure you're going to have great benefits of watching this lesson, even if you catch the replay, okay? Of course, that it's always better when you're live because then you can interact in the chat. You can ask me questions, and it's always much more fun. So today we have a specific topic, but before we dive into the content, as usual, I love knowing who you are. Are you a newbie? Someone new joining me for the first time? Maybe you don't know me very well. So that means you are a newbie, okay? So hashtag newbie. Or maybe you are a regular. Am I typing? Yes. Or maybe you are a regular. What is the difference? Newbie, maybe you don't know me very well, okay? So maybe it's the second time you're watching me or the first time you're watching me, so you're new, a newbie. Maybe you're a regular. It means you already know me, you've watched my lessons, you've participated in other lessons, live events, so we know each other, maybe for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I don't know. If you are a BSA, it means you are a student in my program. You are in my academy and you study with me and the other students. So hello there. And whenever I say something that, even if you're watching the replay, okay, so I want to know who you are, even if you're catching the replay. It's important to me to know who you are, if you're new, if you're a regular, or if you are a BSA. And as usual, during this lesson, I'm going to be giving you a lot of information, okay? Yes, really, a lot of content. So whenever I give you something useful, whenever I say something that you're like, wow, I agree with her, that's interesting, then hashtag value, my friend. Neva, hi, regular, that is wonderful. So these are the hashtags of the night, okay? Meetup is a very nice web series. I always come live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. São Paulo time zone because my goal is to help you unlock your English to fluency. And it can be done as long as you follow the right strategies to get the job done. So I am sure we're gonna have a good time tonight, okay? Now, guys, in tonight's meetup, we're going to be talking about apps, okay? Using apps on the phone, when we use Instagram, when we use, let's see what else, when we use YouTube. YouTube is an app. Or when we use other kinds of applications to listen to music, Spotify, or Netflix to watch a movie on the phone. These are all apps. And nowadays there are so many educational apps that it can be tricky. Oh my goodness, there are so many apps for me to use. So is using apps a good thing for me? Is it a bad thing for me? It is also interesting to understand why students use apps. Why is it that every English learner has an app here in their phone so that they can use, to supposedly study English? So this is also something we are going to discuss tonight, okay? Possible benefits. Are there any benefits of using apps? We may discuss that tonight as well. And here, if you are watching the replay, you can tell me in the comments when you finish watching this lesson. Or if you watch live, if you join later, you can tell me benefits. You can tell me the benefits. Why do you use apps? Why do you think they help you? It'll be nice for me to know that. There are many different opinions regarding apps, so it's interesting to know. The dangers. What are the dangers of using apps? Because it is so convenient. So what are possible problems, possible dangers if you use apps to study English. And tonight, I'm going to be giving you some recommendations. Yes, that's point number 4. I will give you some recommendations of apps that you could use. I'll be talking about 2 particular apps that I really enjoy, and I think that if you implement the way I'm going to recommend tonight, you are going to improve your English a lot. You are really going to unlock your English. But you gotta follow the recommendation that I'm gonna give you tonight. It's one of the things that I'll be talking, that I'll be explaining what apps you could be using to unlock your English to fluency, okay? And guys, if possible, invite your friends to join the live lesson. I'm sure there are many students who can benefit from this amazing English lesson, okay? Now, we already talked about the hashtags, the names of the people who participate, regular, newbie, BSA. So now we cut to the chase. We go to the good stuff, you know? Why do students use apps? And if you use app, you could tell me this now, you know, why do you use apps? Why is it that you use apps to study English? You know, why is it that you install so many different apps on your phone to, well, apparently study English? This is a question that it's important that we understand. It's important that we find an answer to, because perhaps you don't even understand why you're using apps. Maybe someone told you to use it. Maybe someone told you so. And tonight I'm going to be giving you 2 recommendations. But at the end of the day, you will have to make the final decision. But first, guys, I believe the first reason why students use apps to study English is because of convenience. It is so convenient to use apps. It's there. We carry this thing all over the place, you know, even to go to the bathroom. Well, nowadays I don't do that. You know, I put my phone away. I don't take it to the bathroom with me. But I know many people who are always with their phones. So it is convenient. Someone said, well, it's to assist us, to help us. Yeah, but if you are on the go, is it really helping you? Because what I am going to invite you to do today is to raise your awareness, raise your understanding of what the app is actually doing for you. But the first reason is convenience. It's easy. It's always with us. You're always with your phone. And if the battery runs out, you just recharge. Very easy, you know, very easily. It also, another possible reason why students use apps is the sense of success. And I will be talking, this is really connected to the 3rd point. It provides some kind of gamification. Yes. So we have the sense of success and the gamification. What is this gamification? The idea of a game. What is a game basically? It's a competition, okay? Like you do something, we're competing with the machine, and then at the end you win. So you have 2 big things here. The sense of success when you finish something, and the gamification, the idea of winning, okay? Tell me, do you have any games on your phones? Hashtag yes or hashtag no. Do you have games on your cell phone? I want to know that. That would be nice. I had some games in the past. I had one game, but I deleted because it's not very productive in my opinion, and it's addicting. We have to watch out. So the gamification, it changes your perception of time. This is another very important reason why students have apps in their phones to learn English or to play games, okay? Natalia has games in her phone, Renato doesn't, Fernando doesn't, Hamid yes. I had like one game, but I deleted, so at this moment I don't have any games on my phone either. But we also have, and there are studies, there are scientific studies that explain this in more details. I'm not gonna get into the details here, but when you're playing games on your phone or when you're using apps on your phone, this amount of time you stay there will make you change your perception of time. Yes, time flies. How many times were you on Instagram, using Instagram or using YouTube? And when you realized, 1 hour later, 2 hours later, tell me if you are on maybe on TikTok. TikTok is a big deal right now. Or you were watching TikTok videos or Reels if it's Instagram, and you were swiping, and watching and watching and watching, and then time flew by. It was just gone. Why? Why does that happen? It is intentionally designed to make it happen. The games, the apps, those memorization games, those phrases, right or wrong, listen and complete, they are designed to make you be like, oh, let me do another one. Oh, I got it. Oh, let me do another one. And these small victories, okay? These small victories, because when you finish one exercise, you receive like, oh, good job, next, harder, next level. You are winning. And this is amazing for the brain. The brain feels like, wow, small victory, I did a good job. So this is addicting, okay? And here, another point that I think students don't realize that. You are learning. You are learning something. But at the same time, you are not learning. Because this, in most apps, I'm not talking about all apps, because that would be impossible for me. I don't know all the apps available. But in most apps, you don't have enough information to improve. You just have enough information to stay there. So you're learning, but you're not really learning, okay? So that is a very dangerous road. So you get this, oh, good job, and then you do another one. And then you get another phrase correctly. But then when it's time to talk, you don't know how to use, because that's not the goal of the app. It's entertainment, okay? That's what it is at the end of the day. We have to be very careful. But as I told you, I am going to give you 2 recommendations here, okay? Now, learning apps can be a big distraction. And why is that? And I was using some apps last week, this week, just to have a feeling to get into the student's head. And that was a very tough experience because there are advertisements, okay? You have like ads popping up, selling things, clothes, shoes, bags, cameras, everything. So you're doing an exercise and then there's poof, hello, would you like? There's an ad, there's an advertisement. Maybe it's not a video, but it's an image, something, poof. Do you see this? Do you see advertisements? This ads is the abbreviation, okay? Advertisement. Do you see advertisements sometimes? You are watching, doing a short exercise, and then you see an image of an ad, maybe from your favorite store, something you want to buy or something you want to do. And then you're like, oh, it's an ad. And you have to wait. If it's a video, wait 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then gone. Has this ever happened to you? Hashtag yes or hashtag no? Let me know. Be honest, okay? Say the truth. Another distraction. Notifications from your phone. Right now, I have WhatsApp notifications. So imagine if I am studying, okay? I'm doing an exercise on my phone. Oh, correct. Good job, Priscilla. And then, ping, notification. Oh, your sister. Oh, your brother. Oh, your friend. All these notifications popping up. Distraction. Notifications. Even right now, you are watching me, but someone could take you away from me. Be like, hello, someone is calling. Distraction. So you are learning, but at the same time, you are not learning. This is the problem of the 21st century, and it is only going to get worse if we don't pay attention, if we're not careful. Phone calls, people calling you. Those marketing companies calling you. In addition, staying on the phone increases your screen time. And according to studies, prolonged use of the cell phone, of screen time, can decrease your productivity. Yes, this is a dangerous game, okay? Using phones or any other kind of computer or tablet. We have to be very careful. Marcia says a lot of information we get lost. We have to learn how to study again. Yes, because with technology, with internet, we have that feeling that, wow, we have a lot of information. But how do we use it? Guys, there are millions of apps. I'm not joking, millions of apps you can download. But how do you use it efficiently? So many options, but too many options will not be healthy, will not be helpful for you. Hamil says value, wonderful. Hamil is a BSA, excellent, excellent. Now, guys, that being said, as I was explaining before, you have a strange sense of success. Someone said here in the chat, teacher, I use Duolingo. Dangerous. No. Of course, guys, I love you all so much. So whatever I say here, filter, okay? Just because I'm telling you Duolingo is not very helpful, doesn't mean that you can hate me, you know, like, teacher, you're wrong, I don't like you. No, it's just a different opinion, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to delete all your apps. I like to be productive. I'm gonna give you some recommendations, okay? But someone was saying, Duolingo, use Duolingo. And I downloaded Duolingo a few years ago. And I started using it, but not to learn English. Hello, I was testing it because so many people sent me questions about Duolingo. So I was like, okay, let's see what this is all about. So I was like, okay, let's do this. In the first exercise, I was like, shit. No, I can't do this. Because I started with the basic level, okay? So the app gave me a phrase, and I had to translate the phrase. And then I was like, okay, I am not going to translate 100%. I am going to translate the idea because I don't need to translate word by word. This is ridiculous. And then the app gave me a it's wrong, try again, try again, try again. The app only gave me a pling when I translated every little thing. The exact translation. That is really negative. But what happens with these sounds? Ding, okay, good job. I don't remember the sound, okay? But this correct, incorrect. It's a game. Oh, I'm winning. Oh, I'm losing. Oh, I'm winning. I got it right. This gamification is addicting to the brain. And it can be dangerous because it's not a productive way to learn. Because it is stimulating your brain to learn based on translation. But you don't need to translate things exactly to be able to understand the phrase. And it is not teaching you grammar either. You're not really learning the formula, the sequence, the correct way to create your phrases. You don't become a creator. You become a parrot that repeats things. So you have to be very careful with these kinds of apps, okay? Fernando says value, awesome, I'm happy to know that. Another thing with these apps, they don't give you very complicated exercises. Wink, wink. They give you exercises that will be difficult, but not extremely difficult, so that you don't feel bad, so that you don't feel sad, so that you don't lose motivation, so that you keep playing and stay there because they make money. They show ads and then they make more money when you use the app. The intention, okay? The intention is not just to make you feel better and help you. Their intention is to make you stay there because the more you stay there, the more money they make. Now, this is business, okay? I'm not saying they are wrong about it, but you have to pay attention that the way they design the exercises is to make you stay there, not too difficult so that you don't go, but not too easy so that you don't think like, oh, this is stupid, okay? And it also gives you the impression that you're improving a lot, improving a lot, improving a lot. You spend, let's say, 6 months using this app. What is going to happen here in your mind? And remember, I am a master practitioner of neurolinguistic programming. I study the brain. I spend a lot of time studying how the brain works. And what is the consequence here? With time, following this win-lose, correct, next, 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 you will become overconfident in your abilities to read, to write, to listen, to read. And I love when my students become confident. I want you to become more confident. But becoming overconfident in the wrong way can be very dangerous, because then when someone comes to you and be like, hey, let's talk, show me the money, okay? This is an expression, show me the money, show me the proof, do it, walk the walk. You're talking the talk, but can you walk the walk? Can you do it? Then that's when the students feel like, oh, I don't know if I can. Apps can do that to you if you're not careful. I remember a few years ago, I read this forum post, and this student, I don't know who it is, okay? It was just a forum. There was no identification. You could post anonymously. So this guy posted that he had 10,000 flashcards. 10,000. 10,000 flashcard apps. And I remember the number because it was so exaggerated that I was like, oh my God, 10,000 apps, flashcards? That is insane. But he had a problem. He couldn't remember enough words to communicate clearly and confidently in English. So can you imagine memorizing, saving 10,000 flashcards? Having all that work to organize and create the flashcards, and every time there's a conversation, you feel like the words disappear? The app is not going to do that for you. That is not the app's job. But we create this illusion, this fake sense of victory that is so good, okay? Exactly, Renata. I don't know 10,000 words in Portuguese. My Portuguese is very poor, to be quite honest. Imagine in English, I have never counted how many words I know. Really, never counted, because it's pointless. You don't need to know many words. And that student was frustrated. He was spending his energy, his time on the wrong place, okay? Now, with my babies in my program, they have a lot of vocabulary. Every module, they have a list. They have a vocabulary part, and they have 10, 15, 20 words. But that's not the focus. The focus is not, okay, by the end of this lesson, my students have to know the 20 words in the file. No. The goal is to help their experience improve. Help them understand what they're going to listen, because they will have a listening exercise where native speakers will talk about something. So they had the preparation, the vocabulary preparation. So that's the goal. The goal is to use, so they can create examples and post in the comments so that I can give them feedback and use the words they're learning. That's the goal. If they do the exercise recommendations that I give, they should practice speaking, even if alone, and use the vocabulary they study. And that doesn't need to be 10, 15, 20 words a day. Absolutely not. Because it's not about the number. You don't focus on the number. You focus on the experience. And as I have said many times already here on my channel, this is my second channel where I'm only going to do lives. On my main channel, I'm just posting shorter videos, 6 to 10 minute videos, 15 minutes. But here I'm doing a bit of longer videos. That's what the focus of this channel will be. I always say that you have to focus on the conversation, not on the word per se, because the words will come. It is a continuous practice that you need to work on. Now, can Can they use apps? Can my babies use apps to save the words, you know, and keep track of the words they study? Yes, they can if they want to. But that's not the focus. The focus is never on the list. The focus is on practicing, creating your own examples. This morning I was correcting some examples from the students. That's what the goal is. So we have to change the mentality here, okay? That's very important. Now, imagine this situation. You are playing the game on the app, okay? And you have the perfect score, 100%. In all the flashcard games, you win. There's another word and you're like, yeah, I did it. There's another word, you're like, yeah, I did it. Another one, and you did it, 100%. Good job. You finished the game. But now my question is, imagine the situation. You did that, okay. But now, can you speak clearly and confidently about a subject in English and talk for 2 minutes in a real life situation? Where's the context? The flashcards will words. But where's the context? Where's the conversation subject? That's when the students panic and they feel like, oh, I don't know, because they were studying words. They were not studying conversations. Yesterday, I had a group conversation class with the students in the academy. Renato, you were not there. By the way, Renato, where were you? And we had a conversation about driving. We talked about many things involving driving, traffic, car accidents, dealing with the car, you know, the car routine, if they drive, how often, everything about it. The focus was not on a particular word. And as we were talking, I gave them corrections and feedback. Hey, use this, use that. This is the collocation you should use. But the focus was never on the words, never on the vocabulary, but on the conversation subject. So if today, let me open here the questions that I asked the babies yesterday. We talked about many questions, but let's see. Okay, I asked the babies this question and I told them to explain to me. Can you do without a car? That was a question I asked the students in the group conversation class yesterday. And then I explained to them, because I asked the babies, hey, do you know the phrasal verb do without? And they were like, not so sure. So I explained the word, they understood the question, and they answered the question. And it was incredible. Did they practice vocabulary? Absolutely. They answered the question, they learned a phrasal verb, and they practiced a conversation. After I finish the lesson, I always tell the babies to continue the exercise, even if alone. Talk for a minute and continue talking about driving. I give some questions, some examples of questions they can answer. In the old conversation classes that we had, I always share some PDF files when I prepare them, giving suggestions of extra questions. But it's not about learning the parts of the car and they're knowing all the parts of the car and then you'll be able to talk about driving. Not really. Is it nice? Yes, I gave this recommendation to the students. Hey, check some parts, some important parts of the car, because you may need to know some specific parts of the car. But yesterday we talked 100% in English. They participated, they listened, they worked on vocabulary, and they had a conversation subject. The focus is not on the list, is not on knowing more words, because if you just study words, you don't really get better, okay? And this is something that I invite you to pay attention to. Sonia, teacher, I have a really difficulty. It's difficult for me to speak English. Okay, I will give a recommendation. Stay tuned, stay with me, okay? Now, guys, app recommendation. And I suggested this to the babies as well. BSA, I talked about Grammarly. I think in the list of recommendations, because I have a list of recommendations in the bonus folder where you can find a list of websites or even apps that you can use. And this is one I recommend. And this will help you with Speaking, writing, vocabulary, it'll help you a lot. Trust me, I've been using Grammarly for a very long time. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. It's not 100% perfect. It's not 100% free. You can use some free activities, some assets are free, but not 100%, okay? But I will explain. Grammarly is an app that you can install on your computer as an extension, or you can download to your phone, okay? There is a free version and a paid version. I've been using the free version for a really long time. I'm okay. Now, do I want the paid version? One day, not in a rush, okay? But the free version is great. Now, the Grammarly app will make you use the English. That's when things get tricky. It's not just gonna give you a question and you choose the alternative, A, B, X. No, you have to create. You take action. You become an active learner. That's why this app is very interesting. Because as you type things in English, the app is going to give you feedback. It'll give you some corrections, some corrections, not 100%, as I explained. It is a machine. It will not correct 100%, and it will not be correct all the time. So remember this, okay? It is not 100% correct. But I wrote an example here just to give you an idea. So I typed on the app, the last year, this is incorrect, okay? The last year I go to Disney. This phrase is incorrect, but I hear this all the time from students. Would I understand? Yes, I would understand, but it's incorrect. So I practiced and I typed on Grammarly. Then Grammarly gave me a correction. The first correction was with the verb go, but it didn't correct. It showed me, hey, there's something wrong. If you pay, it gives you the correction. But here it shows, hey, there's something wrong. Something is wrong. So I corrected. Okay, the last year I went to Disney. That was the second phrase I wrote. I'm writing here in the comments for you guys. The last year, then I wrote a second one. I went to Disney. It's better, but it's not 100%. Then the app gave me another correction. It says, remove the last year, and then it gives you an explanation. That's what Grammarly does. But what is the difference between those game apps? This is not a game. This is the real deal. You have to practice. You have to create. And then the app will give you some feedback. This is a very good app for you to use during your practice. I wish there was something like this in Italian. It would be amazing, but it's only available in English. If I could find an app like Grammarly in Italian, I would be so happy. So happy. But unfortunately, it's not available. So this is one app that you can use. And I will teach you how to combine this app with the other. The next one is a voice diary. This is something that I tell all the students in my academy. As soon as they join the academy, I'm like, okay, you're going to download a voice diary. Any voice diary, okay? A voice diary is an app to record your voice. Some cell phones already come with a pre-installed voice recording app. But I like this one because I like the way it is organized. I don't have a picture here. I like the way it is organized, and it's really a diary. So it's very nice. And the student who said that, oh, I have trouble with my speaking, Sonia, you got to start practicing your English speaking every day. During the acceleration day that I gave to the first students that joined the academy, I talked about the one question a day. It's a strategy that I explained to them, but very quickly. If you need to work on your English speaking, commit to the practice of answering one English question every day. Do that for the next 21 days or the next 30 days, and you will see how amazing this exercise is. it forces your brain to work. It forces your brain to think of grammar, vocabulary, and speaking, huh? That's what you want to do. It is an amazing exercise. And keep track, okay? Record your answers. You will see how much you're going to improve. It is a very good exercise. And here, what you can do, you can combine both. You can combine Grammarly and the voice diary. And how could you do that? Well, you follow the answer one question a day. So, for example, the question that I asked my students in the academy during the group conversation class, can you do without a car? That's a question, one question a day. Then you can go and you can answer. Can you do without a car? Well, considering my life today, and I'm recording, okay? Nowadays, I live downtown, so it would be easy for me to do without a car because currently I don't have a car, so it's not a difficult thing for me. But if I lived in the suburbs of São Paulo, it would be very difficult to do without a car because everything's far away and public transportation is not so good. Therefore, it would be very difficult for me to do without a car. Excellent. And I answered the question. Poof, the end. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to listen to my answer. This takes work, okay? I will open Grammarly and I will type my answer. And I will see what Grammarly can tell me. What corrections can it give me? What suggestions Grammarly can give me to the things I said, but I have to type. Remember, it will not be perfect. As I explained to you, the correction will not be, oh, it's a teacher correcting you. Bullshit. It's not. But it'll already give you a sense of direction. Okay, some students, they have a serious problem organizing phrases. So it's a very good exercise for you to do. You are connecting with English speaking and writing. I do both, okay? I write, I do this more in Italian than in English. I answer the question, then I write my answer, and then I type my answer. Because I begin to identify the mistakes, spelling, conjugation, sometimes the structure. And then if I had an Italian version of Grammarly, I would definitely type it on Grammarly to get some feedback, to get some ideas. And Grammarly does a very good job in that aspect. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. So my challenge to you today is you're going to answer this question. Practice. Write it. You will need to think of vocabulary. How can I answer that? Remember what I said for you, what I told you to imagine? If I had to imagine talking for 2 minutes about this, or maybe 1 minute, it's a simple question. 1 minute, can I talk about it? What words don't I know that I need to discover? This will be an amazing exercise for you to do, and then you can connect with Grammarly. Now, are there more apps? Yes, there are many apps you can use, but it's a dangerous road. You need to focus, eliminate distraction, and using apps may do the opposite for you. It'll make you use more apps if you're not careful with the strategies you follow. When I sit down to study English, I get my books or my notes, I set a timer, okay? I silence my phone, I put it on silent, and then I put it away and I study. If I want to record my voice, which I do, I put on airplane mode. I record my voice, and when I finish, then I come back to my phone. Do I use apps? This is how I use them. It is a very good way to study. Now, be careful with the app and the sense of success. You're playing a game at the end of the day. These apps, they are intentionally designed to make you feel pleasure. Okay? To make you feel pleasure. And unfortunately, feeling pleasure, excitement, that's nice, but that's not always what helps you learn and remember information. So be very careful about that, okay? Now tell me, do you know the phrasal verb do without? Hashtag yes or hashtag no? Tell me in the chat. What I think about the app Cake. Same style. I tested the Cake app. I have it on my phone right now. Am I using it? No. Okay. Where is it? Yes, Cake. Am I using it? No. Okay. Why? It is the same style. It gives you a sense of victory. Okay. And the phrases are very short. So it's hard for you to work on shadowing, because it's just giving you something very short for you to work on. And it gives you one phrase. What happens when you need a little bit more context, more explanation? So as I said, it's something you have to be careful about, maybe to work a little on pronunciation, but for you to work on pronunciation, use some shorter videos on YouTube. They will be more beneficial. 1-minute videos, 2-minute videos. Babies in the Academy, I have many video recommendations on Facebook, our group on Facebook. 1-minute videos, 2-minute videos, 3-minute videos. Those are perfect videos for you to use to work on pronunciation, on shadowing, okay? Now, the question, can you do without a car? Basically, guys, can you live without a car? Can you live with no car? Do you understand now? Can you live your life with no car, without a car? Can you do without a car? Do you understand now? Hashtag yes, hashtag no. Can your life be the same with no car? Can you live, have a good life with no car? Oh my goodness. Tell me if you understood now. And as I gave the answer, Renato, never. Never. I can, at this moment, I don't have a car, so I can easily do without a car, because my life is normal. My life is normal in the sense of I already do without a car. Okay, this is my life right now. I don't have a car, so it's easy for me to do without a car. Okay, so you see, I am helping you learn vocabulary in context. If you are to use a flashcard app, a good way that I would recommend is I would save the phrasal verb do without, and then I would answer a question. I can do without a car because I live near my job. It's easy for me. I can walk to work. So it's not necessary for me to have a car. So I can easily do without a car, okay? Fernando says, I can do without a car. Okay, but I imagine this. So I asked the babies in the academy, can you do without a vehicle? Okay, because a motorcycle is a vehicle. So can you do without a vehicle? Because sometimes we think, oh, just a car. No, a vehicle. Can you do without a vehicle? Maybe not. For example, in my case, I cannot do without Uber. I need Uber. I cannot do without Uber. I cannot imagine my life without Uber. It is awful. So you see, I am helping you learn vocabulary. I'm helping you understand you don't need an app to have that kind of experience. So if I could give you one solid piece of advice is reduce the number of apps you use. Be careful with those apps that create this gamification. Another word, complete the phrase. Correct the organization of the phrase. Translate the phrase. It's not healthy. It'll make you feel like you're winning, but you're not, okay? Iranildo, I have a car, but if I didn't have it, it would be okay. It would be okay. So Sonia, yes, it would be fine because I don't have a car. A horse, Jesus Christ. I rode a horse once It was the worst experience of my life. I didn't get it. I felt extremely uncomfortable riding the horse. It was a weird experience. I was not feeling it, okay? Well, I actually was feeling too much. That was the problem. I was feeling it too much. Not a nice experience. So if I had to use horses as a means of transportation, oh my God, no, I can't. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. So you see, there are better ways to use technology. At the end of the day, the recording app is an app. It's technology. Grammarly is an app. It's technology. But what I'm trying to help you understand is there are more efficient ways to use apps. Even if it's a flashcard app, there are efficient ways to use them. And if I can give you a final piece of advice is never underestimate the power of writing. There are studies, and I have shown studies before. I don't have the links right now, but they show that people who write information by hand can give better explanations. They have deeper opinions. It's easier for them to express themselves compared to people who type things, okay? So watch out for that. Now, guys, I gotta get cracking, but if possible, share this video with your friends. That is the only thing I ask for you guys tonight. Share this lesson on Facebook or Instagram, you know, on social media, Twitter. Other than that, I'll be here next Wednesday. I think I already know what we're gonna be talking about next Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Let me see here, 1 second. Let's see what I'm gonna be talking about next week. Because I already prepared the next lesson. I mean, just the date. 1 quick second. Let's see. Come on. I don't know. Oh yeah, next week will be about speaking. It'll be nice. Next week will be about speaking, so get ready, okay? Thank you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.